welcome to one more live stream of This Is My Opinion. How's you guys have been? I mean, it's been a little while. It's been 2 months almost. So, yeah, I think some things change, some things don't. And as always, I keep uploading this so you guys can have more videos because, as you noticed, today we didn't have any games review or anything because I run out of videos to post on Saturday. So, what is the best way to enjoy myself recording than by obligation and being here to r- record more and more videos and more reviews for you guys? And you guys can see the things that I've been playing and my opinion about it because this is my opinion. No shit, Sherlock. And yeah, let's start with the video and we go from there. Hello. This is my opinion. My name is Kayo and I'm your host. And what are we gonna talk about it today? We have one game that surprises me a little bit. You guys already know because you saw the title of the video. So, no further ado, is Sonic Frontiers. So, how I play Sonic Frontiers? Thanks to my PlayStation account, thank you, Sony, it was free. So, it was a very enjoyable game because it was free. I totally disagree with Steam giving a 9 and IGN giving a 7. I think the game is a good foundation. It's like Breath of the Wild when games. It's like they're testing the water so Tears of Kingdom can completely destroy the whole parking. But for Sonic Frontiers, I can. So, this is the cover of the game. So, from Sonic Frontiers is an open world Sonic game, and that's allowed. And for a Sonic game, a 3D Sonic game, I'm not very used to 2D Sonic games, but I think was a good match between a 3D Sonic and a 2D Sonic. Why? Because the open world is 3D, but like the region stages that you play are completely 2D ish. So I really think that is a good match of those two. And as you can see, you have like they're trying to hit your nostalgia, like giving you like other worlds, like the stages that you play as a kid, like with new graphics as a memory. But the game is very simple in the sense of it's just repetition. It's different things, but it's basically just repetition. Because what Sonic do? Sonic run fast. So what's happened is you're basically dropped in those maps that is basically like a very big open area that you can run as Sonic. But for me, the problem is Sonic doesn't run that fast. I wish Sonic could run faster because the maps are huge and you spend like a lot of time. So the games is divided in technically 4 maps. So what do? You basically drop in a map in one random point. Like I think this is the first map, second map, third map, and fourth map, or something like that. But you're basically dropping in a point, and you just run, collecting things and making a little bit of side missions, like a little bit collectibles and random stuff. And each map you're gonna save one of your colleagues. So the first map is Tails, the second one is Knuckles, the third one was Amy, and or Amy was the fourth one. It's been a while since I played it, but I still remember the sensation of the map is empty and you're just basically collecting things. And unfortunately, that is a very bad taste of things because you want the speed of Sonic. So that's why I'm saying this game was basically a trainee for the programmers to make the Sonic Frontier 2 a way better game. Because the core essence of a Sonic game is there. They just don't nail it. They try to do combat, but the combat is not that fun. They come back. Doesn't matter. So they try to do combat, and you have like the powers, and you feel like special. Let's use the IGN video. Thank you, IGN. As always, you always have like the best material to react to. But you see, this is like the normal phases that you do. But I want to. So these ones, I'm not very fun. I really don't like Sonic. My brother really loves Sonic, but for me, Sonic games, I'm not very good at being fast. I could do these phases because they're very easy. Because 3D Sonic is easier than 2D Sonic. I tried to play like Sonic Colors and was so hard that I just give up because I'm not good at Sonic games. But I can do it, 3D Sonic. Uh, these parts were fun. Were super fast. Each phase you can do like in like this guy like was like 40 seconds. It's like 40 to 2 minutes and a half, depending on the stages. But these sections here, like those long sections, you have like some puzzles that you need to do that is very 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 basic. Most of them are pretty much easier. I platinum this game, and the only thing that I really to search for a plat was how to kill like all the enemies because I was missing like one enemy that I didn't realize that was an enemy. But after that, the base game is very easy. But one good thing about Sonic Frontiers is after they release the game, they basically release this thing. What was this? There was like a super interesting thing they did was basically a season pass ish with some free updates. It was free for me because I didn't buy the game, but they add different characters. What is the thing? What is the thing? So, as you can see, I'm a very professional YouTuber. So they basically release new songs, photo mode, new challenges, different costumes for Sonic and for the other NPCs. It was it was nothing. Time things, new cocos. This was very useful to complete the platinum because you need like to collect a lot of them. But if you do the fishing minigame, you can do it easily. And playable characters. You can play as Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. Sonic is very fun. These guys sucks ass. Probably because they're playing like in the last map. You need to play with those ones. And this DLC part, this extra mode, was so freaking hard. It was unnecessarily hard. I played all the game on normal. And I was like, okay, yeah, this game is easy slash fun. The enemies die quickly. I am not struggling with the parkour that you need to do because here, when you have like, thank you IGN, when you have like these open sections, from time to time you need like to do these parkours to get to the new areas, and the game is very forgetful. With those ones, it's very helpful. But if you're playing the last section, like that extra map with the true ending of the story, that is not required for you to platinum. So yeah, and I didn't know I could avoid that. But the true ending of that part was so freaking hard. It's so unnecessarily hard because you have like to climb those high towers, And if you fell all the way down. And I'm just, okay, fuck this game. I don't want to play this anymore. I just put it on easy. And because you can configure the parkour, or they like give you a little helpers, a little balls that you can juggle around. So this is the combat. It's looks fun. It's flashy. Is nice, but it's basically smashy. Because the enemies are so weak. I know that I could increase the difficulty, but I really like to play on normal because it's what's supposed to be a normal playthrough. When you're starting a game and they recommend you to play a certain difficulty, I like to play it to see what is the intention behind it. The games that I really like, for example, Kingdom Hearts, I really like to play on critical mode or in hard mode because I like to be challenging the story and the gameplay that I already liked. But if I'm discovering new things, I really don't know if I'm gonna like this. And if I try too hard, probably I'm not gonna have so much fun. The other game that I really like to play on the highest difficulties, but I didn't finish because time constraints, it was The Witcher. When you're playing The Witcher on normal, it's a fun game. When you're playing The Witcher on the highest difficulty, you are The Witcher. Just the in these ones, the difficulty was basically so absurd that I could not pass through the things because I don't have like the motor system to climb the fucking tower, so I was stuck. And the last boss as well, the last boss fight, I don't know what happened. I couldn't finish the boss because you needed to do like one trick that Sonic can do to basically stagger the boss and then hit the boss. But I don't know why they didn't specify that, or if they did, I didn't remember at all. So I was stuck on the last boss, basically hitting them endlessly for a lot of time, like for 20 minutes, and then how do I fuck you this thing? And then I was searching, and oh, you just need to do this, and fine, okay, what can I do? And then I did, and then I finished. But besides the last part that put like a sour taste in my mouth, the whole gameplay was fun, like running and everything. So I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna agree with IGN. I said that I shouldn't agree in Metacritics. I'm gonna give a 7 because it's a solid game, except those parts that the game broke and blah blah blah. They give support, but it's not a perfect game. I think it's one of the best Sonic games that I ever played. And since my brother is he played this game as well, and he said, "Oh, these games make all the Sonic games canonical," and then blah 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 blah. And okay, nice, I guess, but I wasn't that excited. He was super excited because it was when the third Sonic movie released, and he played that game when that movie released. It was again 7. It wasn't that great. Okay, I'm not gonna give it a 7 because I'm a hater. I'm gonna give it a 6. 6. That's my final score for Sonic Frontiers because they are basic. They basically got a little bit further than the average, that is a 5. Again, a game score 6 for me is not that bad, but could be so much more instead of just being that type of game because it's empty. When you're going through the maps, you have a lot of things to do, but it's a lot of generic things. It's not that very specific. You cannot run with your friends. For example, the game could be much better if you could swap between Tails and Knuckles and Amy and Sonic as you play instead of just being like stage lock or something. Or you're doing something and your friends are there. Or if you can, I don't know, maybe multiplayer or something because those maps are huge and then you can do like some racings because the movement is good. The movement is there. So for a Sonic game, having the movement is very important, and they nailed it. Except the speed limit, because I was constantly just jumping and dashing, because I saw my speed gauge. I can show it. This speed games goes all the way up. If I run, they stuck it here. Let me show you that. Like, oh, I'm on the shit here. This thing. I was just running and I just jumped just to get like a little bit more boost. They fixed that on the DLC on those hardest parts, because you can have like a speed boost or something, and it was so much more faster. And I don't know why they didn't put on the base game. And yeah, this is my review on Sonic Frontiers. Tell me what you guys think about this game. Please comment and like and share with your friends that like Sonic. If I got something wrong and then you want to explain me, oh, you cannot do that because their friends are digital and blah blah blah. Yeah, but you free your friends later. Why not they help you with the boss or do something else? Why not put Shadow? I love Shadow, but why you not put Shadow as a skin or something? But oh well. I'm really excited for Sonic Frontiers 2, because I think this game sells a lot, so probably they're gonna make a sequel, and it's gonna be just like, hopefully it's gonna be just like Tears of Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild did the foundations. Breath of the Wild is an infinite better game than this, but it's in comparison, they leave the foundations so Tears of Kingdom can fly. So Sonic Frontiers took the baby steps so the Sonic Frontiers 2 could walk, I guess. So, and this is my opinion about Sonic Frontiers. Thank you so much. Kayo out. Hello, hello, hello to another episode of This Is My Opinion. And guess what? We're gonna talk about another game that, of course, you already saw on the name title, and the game is gonna be the one and only RoboCop. Why did I play this game? I'm a huge fan of RoboCop? No. Did I watch the movies? I guess. I watched it like when I was way younger. I didn't watch the reboot. But this game is based on the old ones. So why I'm talking about this game? Because thank you so much PlayStation for giving it for free as a subscription service. I don't know if you noticed, but most of the games that I play, PlayStation give it for free. So, thank you, PlayStation. This is the console that I have. I also have a PC, but I'm not very used to play PC games. But I play RoboCop, the Rogue City. What I think about this game? It was fun. Unfortunately, this game is very short. If you go to How Long to Beat? Yes. This game is very... 11 hours? Oh my dear lord! So, it looks way less. Probably my gameplay was around 11 to 14 hours because I platinumed the game. But I couldn't care less. The way that this game works, you're basically RoboCop, and you have like an opening, but let me see the gameplay. And the important part, thank you so much GameSpot for giving me the gameplay, since I played the game but I didn't capture on my PS5 and I don't know how to do that. So please, if you know, leave in the comments so I can record my gameplay. But the whole thing is the game, you're RoboCop. Oh no shit, you're RoboCop. You feel like a RoboCop. That is a really nice thing about it, because you feel the weight of being a RoboCop. You're basically a walking tank. And this game story is, if I'm correctly, they say that it's between the second and the third movie or something like that. I'm not very RoboCop fan, so I don't know. The story is self-contained, but you miss the becoming a RoboCop. That and you just straight to a RoboCop walking to Detroit and doing RoboCop shit. You face bully and you face prejudice against you because you're android or something. But it was very fun. It was a very gruesome and brutal game because it had like a very gore related to it because you shot people and everyone exploded. So this is what I'm saying. You walk slow. You turn the camera around very slow. This story looks like a RoboCop movie for what I could remember. As you saw, I'm not a very RoboCop fan, but I really enjoyed the game. It was a very short game. It was a very easy platinum, so that's a bonus if you're looking to platinum games. I platinumed the game just like doing the story mission and just like redoing two sections that I missed, like the missable parts. But it was like super easy, super fast. After you finish the game, they give you like some mods because the RoboCop you play, you have like the RoboCop pistol, like this big gun, and let me see if I have more images. You have like this big gun that is like a 3 bullet pistol or something that is a but you basically explode the enemies with your gun, and it's very nice like to play as a RoboCop. But the thing is, the game is just that. You go around the city, you have like some different maps, you have like some, you talk to people, you have like some routes that you can follow. You have, in the end of the game, showed the consequences of your choices. That was nice, but the gameplay itself does not change much. You basically walk and shoot like a shooter game, but you don't have like all the action. You have like those sets that is basically you're shooting a lot of guys. You feel like a Robocop, but after a while, when you got like the mods on the second mission or the third mission, you're basically, I didn't use any different weapons instead, just like the grenade launcher or the RPG to defeat like the toughest enemies. But for the normal gameplay, I just use the pistol and headshot everybody with different styles, so you can transform your pistol in like a machine gun or in a shotgun. It was fun. Again, for me, being a short game, it was a plus because you don't have much game on there. You just have a very light shooting game, a very light police simulator, ish, on those dystopic Detroit, and it was fun. And the time passed like flew by. When the game started to feel like a little bit repetitive, they ended. So perfect for me specifically. I would take off like 2 hours. This game should be like 9.5 hours, the main story, because you have to walk a lot. And the problem about RoboCop, he walks so fucking slow. Oh my dear lord. This guy is not walking. This guy is crawling. And that was a pain. Even the running speed was such a pain. And you have like to do the missions in the city, so you're basically walking. I probably they're not gonna show like the second mission, but you have like to walk around the city, like going back and forth. Let me see if I can show the map of Detroit. Here you have to walk this is one of, yeah, this is the city map. You have to walk in the city to complete these objectives, and it took so much to get to the different points. And it was okay, but when you're in the open, there's no one shooting at you because you're in the city, so they're not gonna shoot at you. And then you have like to enter in those spe- specific dungeons to fight against the bad guys. So you're just walking, talking to people, giving them the tickets or saying, "Please don't do this. I'm Robocop." And that part like give you points and you have levels and you level up and everything. It was for platinum you don't need like to max out everything, you just need to max out one thing. So I focus on gaining more experience and then the rest was pretty much easier. But again, it's a fun game. I'm gonna give but it was a fun game but it was a very simple game as well. So I'm gonna give RoboCop, the Rogue City, uh 7. I'm gonna give it a 7 because for me, they did what they're looking for. The game is not ugly. The game is very okay-ish. You can see like the models and the environment were okay-ish. And the story is there. You're basically playing in a Robocop movie, and what else can I say? You're basically a Robocop. The game is not that long, so that was good. The platinum was easy. You're a Robocop. You shoot bad guys. If you like Robocop, you're gonna love this game because it's basically being a Robocop. What else can I say? That's why I'm giving it a 7. It's not a game that like blows my mind with content and the story was flawless. So it's a 7. 7. 7. 7. Yeah, thank you so much. This was another episode of This Is My Opinion. Comment down below what you think about the game. Leave a like and subscribe if you like the content. I try to post new videos every week. And yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye, everyone. Uh-huh. I didn't see you there. Nani? So, so cringe. As you can see, why I started that? Because we're gonna talk about an anime today. Yes! So, why I choose this anime? I choose this one for one good reason. I just watched the release trailer for Inazuma 11 Victor Rodo. And oh my dear lord, give me that game. I am so excited to play that game because my story with my Japanese wasn't good, but we're gonna talk about Inazuma 11 or Super Champions in Portuguese, and why I'm so excited for this game. But I'm not gonna talk about the game today. Just gonna talk about the anime and why I recommend this. If you like sports anime, if you like football or soccer, it is a soccer game. It is a football game. And this anime, because I'm just excited. I'm so much excited about the game that I'm basically cannot stop thinking about it and saying, I talk to my wife and she say, oh, okay, that's it, Kyle? And I say, yes, that's it. And I wanted to show you guys the openings because, but of course I'm not gonna. Did you see how prepared I am? Okay, thank you so much. Anime list that doesn't have like the opening stuff. So just talking about the sports. As you can see, it's not a very good anime. I'm gonna give like a 7.5. I'm already giving my score 7 because it is a very anime like sports sports anime. So they basically have superpowers playing soccer or football. And I can put some AMVs and just mute the thing. Which one? This one. Okay. So thank you, Kiddo AMV. What I'm gonna say is, as you can see, it's basically a football game. This is another anime. I know I'm just cheating a little bit. This is like Orion, or this is the other one that I didn't watch. Where's the first one? Why I cannot find the? Yeah, this is the first one. Oh, because it's an AMV. That stupid me. So they're basically playing soccer or football with special powers. They're literally jumping around, summoning things, big hands, fire tornadoes, super shots, pew 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 pew, special powers, dragons, and the thing is, we don't know if that thing is inside their heads or they're literally using like superpowers in the whole anime. This is from Inazuma 11 Go, and I want to talk about specifically the first arc slash seasons, because Inazuma 11 can be divided in three parts. Basically, you have Inazuma 11, you have Inazuma 11 Go, and you have Inazuma 11 Orion. That is basically the first one. That is this. They have is more grounded, so it's more football like. They still have those superpowers, but they're like more normal ish. Because if you watch it, you know what I'm saying. Because the first season they have superpowers because they only have superpowers when they are playing football or soccer. But okay, okay. And the second season of Inazuma 11, they go against aliens and super heavy balls, and you just okay. And the aliens play football, and you're just fair, I guess. And the third season of Inazuma 11, they go like to a World Cup, so it goes back to be like more real. Until you watch the movie and the team Ore, and you saw they're playing against a future team, so time travel is real in Inazuma 11 canonical. It is a very light-hearted show, as sports anime tends to be. So if you like Blue Lock, or if you like, what is the other football one? Oh, Captain Tsubasa. I would say that Blue Lock is more real, more grounded. This is like Captain Tsubasa on steroids, because you have like your Eagle Shot and your Tiger Shot. And here, Tiger Shot is child's play. They are literally jumping 30 meters in the air with a spin fire tornado to kick the ball from a midfield and score a goal. And my wife has a theory that every man has a thing for football, and she's goddamn right. I try to make my friends watch this anime for so long, but it's very childlike. So it's a very light-hearted thing, because you don't have any stakes. You know that the you have stakes in the overall contest. I like it because the main team doesn't win all the time, and you don't really know when they're gonna win or not. So you have like that type of thing inside you. Most of the time they won. Of course, they're the protagonist. Their team literally is Inazuma. So they're literally in the title. And this is very fun. I really enjoy it, watching the things and watching the powers and everything. I knew that in Brazil because it was a very it was starting to be popular in Brazil, but I just watch it in Japanese. And now that I have played the games, and when you play the translate game, not the fun mod translated, they're using the English names. There is completely trash, and I cannot use the English names because I watch it in Japanese. And for me, Endo Mamoru is always gonna be Endo Mamoru, not Mark Evans. Such a cringy name for a Japanese kid. Mark Evans is the same thing for the new game. The new game is like Destiny Billows or something for the main character name. Why? It doesn't make any sense. But again, if you like sports game, if you like soccer-ish, it is basically a friendly anime that they are enjoying and growing, because the interesting thing about the Inazuma 11 is not just the matches, but is the character growth. Because when you have a cast of, technically speaking, 11 protagonists, they can and they will evolve as a person. Of course, the protagonist is always going to be more than that, but that's why I'm excited for the new one, because on those Inazuma 11s, I watched the first one and the Go series. I didn't watch Orion yet, but I will soon. And for the first two, their protagonists are very happy and very optimistic all the time, always seeing the good thing. And this new game, the new protagonist, is a bummer. He's just like, I hate football, I hate it. Just because he have like a condition that he cannot play, because he plays, he's gonna die. as football always happens. And they help the other characters to become better persons in the end. So they're basically helping their friends to become a better person in the end. They help those friends to accept the death of families, accept they're never gonna be the best ones alone, and they need the friends to become their best version of themselves. And as you can see, those specials are super flashy. And the one of the things that makes me so addicted to this, I had a Nintendo DS, so Inazuma 11 is always also a game. When I play it, I was such a huge fan of Inazuma 11, then I downloaded the video games in Japanese, and I played the first 3 games in Japanese. I know how to read Japanese? No. But since I watched the anime, I know basically the story behind it. They have, in Europe, they release the games in English, but I don't live in Europe. I was living in Brazil. So I basically acquire, in a very special terms, the Japanese games, and I just played it, a ton of it. I finished all 3 games. I had a 3DS, but I couldn't play the 3DS games as much as I wanted to, because if you had a 3DS in the beginning of 3DS life, it was very hard to came across ways to play the games without owning them, let's say in that way. But I didn't play the Go games, even though I really enjoyed it, seeing the anime when was releasing the anime as well. I watched I watched the first season of Go when was releasing, and the second and third season. The second season I watched it when I play the Wii games, that I also get very suspicious like. And for the third season of Go, I watched it like way later, but it's still awesome. And I couldn't recommend more. If you had the time, so it's a DS game, so it's basically a tactical game. It's a sports tactical that you basically say, oh, you run over here, you shoot, you use those special powers, and blah blah blah. They're making a remake of those first ones, but I'm not interested on that one because I'm interested in Victory Road. And yeah, this was my pep talk about Inazuma 11. I disagree with the my anime list. I would have put a 7.5 ish. You cannot do that because you can only do like round scores for my anime list. So I probably would do a 7 for it. But yeah, now you know my opinion about Inazuma 11. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you on the next one. Comment down below if you're watching Inazuma 11, if you like it, if you're excited for the new game. And see you on the next one. Bye bye. Hello Moto. Welcome to another video of This Is My Opinion. My name is Kaio, and can you guess? Can you guess? Yes. It is time. We need to talk about it. Today we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Yes! Yes! I know that I'm very late to the party of the Sparking Zero games. Probably I'm just gonna say that yes, I played it. I could have recorded this way sooner because I played it when released it. I was super excited about that video game specifically. I was watching like every single announcement of characters, and yeah, I really enjoyed this game, and I'm so proud to say that this game is amazing. This game is literally the best Dragon Ball game that I have played. I'm a sucker for 3D fighters, for 3D anime fighting games, because I had a PS2, a PS3, a PS4, PS5 now, and I play all. I'm not gonna say all, but I played most of the Dragon Ball games, and I play all Sparking games, all Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi. I played Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3, and I played Dragon Ball Budokai 1, 2, and 3. And when they released the trailer for this, I was crazy about it. And I played this game. This game is amazing. This game, the graphics are incredible. They capture all the fights, all the moves, all the special powers, all the feelings of the characters, and more. I cannot even describe. For me, the only way for this game to be better if they allow to do like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and then you can create your own character and go crazy with it. But this game, you have so much content, you have so much playable characters that I think more than 30 hours on this game easily. And I platinumed the game. Yes, I play with my friend more than 100 times online. I have my winning rate against him, Arthur, I think 9-1. So basically I won 90% of the time. Yes, I was addicted to this game, and I was saying, you don't want to finish the story? You're never gonna get good. And he didn't finish the story, and he deleted the game because I abused him too much. I got the platinum, Arthur. You didn't. Sorry. And what can I say about this one? This one is a fighting game. It is way that you can play with your friends using the super moves, transforming, getting new powers. The story, they try to do like a very abridged version of Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball is a huge story. So they went from the Saiyan saga until the Tournament of Power on Dragon Ball Super. So they cover a lot. That's why you have a ton of characters. The only way they did that, they cheese it a little bit because most of the powers are beams and are like rush, that you can basically just change the color and change the character and call it for it. Is different about the other fighting games. They have like more complexity. But I love this game so much because the fun of controlling your character and releasing like a super move, and then your opponent like bashing out the super move, and the super move exploding on the background, and everything was so like cinematic and so good. Let's say the game. Let's react to the Game Ranks video. They're gonna show more gameplay. Thank you, Game Ranks. And this whole thing is you relive all the major scenarios on Dragon Ball, and you have like a ton of characters to play like the story, and it's so good. It's so good looking. You see all the flashes. You feel the impact of the moves, and you feel like you're watching. You feel like you're playing a Dragon Ball episode, and you have a ton of characters. I cannot say even. Look at this. Look how many Gokus you have. You have 6 times 3 Gokus. You have 24. You have 24 Gokus. 25. Gokus. That's so much. I know that this one, and this one, and this one is all almost the same. Yes, they are. But they have different powers, different clothes, different lines of dialogue. And you can have this fun, this playground. What is it called? This sand pits that you can play with those characters. You can put everyone against anyone and just have fun. Because the game is fun. It's a fun fighting game. Again, I platinumed the game. It takes a ton to platinum. So if I go here and go to one of my favorite websites, and how long to beat, okay, and go to all. Good. You can rush through the story, but I play 50 hours, almost. I'm like to take this because it's roughly what I usually spend playing the game, so I completed. And this is just for the last trophy, the play 100 matches online. That cramped it up those timelines so much. But you have side missions on story mode, so like finish a different character this way, or do this to achieve a secret story, or finish. Most of them are finish the battle quickly or finish the battle with a super. But you have those junctions, and let me see if they show the story. So you have like a story paths that you can follow, and you have different ways to create different regional scenarios. And one thing this game tried to do, also you see the amount of the amount of different characters that you can play, the story for those characters, and each characters have those routes, and then you can diverge those routes. But some characters are bigger than the others. For example, Goku is the biggest story, and you have like Black Goku that is a pain in the ass, but they have like just, I don't know, like 6 stages or something. But even though you have those bumps, for me is an excellent anime game. I could not recommend more if you're a fan of Dragon Ball. You have so many different Easter eggs. And they're showing here, they're trying to make custom battles. The fan base create new scenarios, new stories, so you can play this game for a really long time. Like create dialogues and create special conditions and special things. I didn't play much because since I played this game like when released, they didn't have go crazy with it. But probably if you're watching this video right now, they're already crazy with it. I pay full price for this game because this game for me worth a full price tag. Because you have so much content for a Dragon Ball fan. And I was a Dragon Ball fan. I watch all Dragon Ball Z. And my favorite one is Dragon Ball GT because the baby arc and the Nega Shenron arc, best ones for me, but it's all there. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, just go and play this game. You're gonna have a blast. And I think that's enough. I cannot say anything more about it. And for me, this game deserves a 8.5. Why I didn't give it a 9? Okay, fuck it. This is my opinion, and I give a 9 for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Because for me, they hit all the points they're trying to do. I'm only gonna give it a 10 to a game that is literally groundbreak my existence. And I could not give it a 10 to this game because they are not innovated. They're basically saying, do you like Dragon Ball? Do you like Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi? Do you play Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi when you're a kid? Look, we have this brand new game with brand new graphics and brand new powers, brand new characters. We brought everybody back in. Here's the new game for you. Have fun. And oh boy, I had fun. And that's why I'm giving it a 9. No, I never give that score so high before, but I'm giving it a 9. Yeah. So comment down below if you play, if you want to play, if you're a Dragon Ball fan. And thank you so much. Have a nice day. Hello everybody. So, it is a very uncommon coincidence what's happened, and that's why I'm gonna do this. I'm not usually do it because my channel does the way that I record the videos, I could never talk about new things because I like to react to have time to digest the things that I consume. So I'm not just like spelling nonsense or just using my feelings. So usually when I record a video for a game, I finish the game like for at least a week before talking about it from you guys to give a clear-minded view, because I really try to think about my opinion. I know that this is my opinion and why should I care? Because I don't want to be swept by my emotions and just give something about, just talking about something that is really not my true feelings about the game. You know what I mean? But I'm recording, as you can see, as you will see on my time and clock, that I'm recording this on April 12th. So what's happened to in April 11, aka yesterday? They fucking did it. I det som är en victory in auto! So I am super hyped for this game. I'm so hyped for this game. I think I'm more hyped for this game than Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4. I think they were announced like close to one another. But for me, I'm so hyped for this game. I swear that I would never buy another pre-order game after I bought it, the Cyberpunk. But oh my dear lord, give me this game. I could already pre-order the game, and I'm gonna play it day one. And if I could uh, find a way to stream it, probably I'm gonna live stream in this game as well. I know that I'm not known for doing that, but because I'm not known for nothing. But I'm so excited for this game that I decided to have a live reaction of the trailer. I already saw this trailer before because I was expecting them to release the trailer. But yeah. Oh my god, that's loud. So yeah, let's go. Inazuma 11, Victory Road. And this is the level 5 channel, and so hopefully I'm not gonna get banned or flagged. So I'm just gonna put the volume very, very... So probably I'm gonna leave the link on the description, so if you wanna watch the video without my pause and commenting, please do so. And just a short backstory for me. I really like Inazuma 11. I watched the whole original series, Inazuma 11. I watched the whole Go series, Inazuma 11 Go. So I watched the Go, Chrono Stone, and Galaxy. And I didn't watch Orion and... what is the other one? Orion and Aries yet, but I will. I'm just giving a time because I have like a ton of stuff to do. But for me, Inazuma 11 always was a game that I have close to my heart because I really liked to play football when I was a kid, especially playing in the video games. And I really like Captain Tsubasa, but I would never play a Captain Tsubasa game because I could not find one for PS2, etc., etc. But when I got my DS with my brother, we started watching Inazuma 11, and then we fell in love with Inazuma 11. So I devoured the DS games. I played the Inazuma 11 1, 2, and 3 on the DS, and I loved those games because I played it in Japanese without knowing anything about Japanese. It was hard without seeing any tutorials, memorizing all the options that I needed to be, believing on the stats, and knowing the story and knowing what to do by following the anime. After that, we play the... After that, we had a Nintendo Wii, so we played the Inazuma 11 for the Wii games. So they had... let me see if I can find... Because it was such a long time ago. I remember. It's Inazuma 11 Strikers. So with Inazuma 11 Strikers, how did I first play the Inazuma 11 Strikers? I played it on the very legal dolphin way to play it because I played in Japanese as well. They didn't play in English. Come on, McPhee. I didn't play in English because me and my brother didn't know about Japanese. We don't know how to speak. We don't know how to read. But we wanted to play something, so we played it. A lot of it. We ended all the story. And if you know, the first Strikers... Oh, McPhee, come on. The first Strikers is just the Inazuma 11 series, and then they released Inazuma 11 Strikers Extremo that came with some uh, goal goal characters, and with this one we play even more because we really went into Go and we really like fighting spirits. But after that, we played it Inazuma 11 Strikers 2013 with more things. We played 3 games that are basically the same. Like, we're looking like FIFA players because we are craving for new games. And then it ended. We played it more. I think I played like this game twice, more than 50 hours. And we played the other games. I think we played the first one 50 hours and the second one 30 hours because when we played the second one, we saw that this one was releasing, so we just ditched that game and start playing this one. And we played a lot, like 100 hours each. So it was a crazy time. And we love that game, and we love to because in this game you can create your own team and you can play against your other save, your other team. So me and my brother, we created 2 saves. So it's more than 100 hours if you wanna take that. Because we played one time, okay, we had a match. And then after that we just forgot it about that game. Because the way that we were playing, it was on a crappy PC with the Dolphin. And the PC could not run the game well. So it was crashing and it was terrible, but we have so much fun. Then after we get unlock, we played at that game again years later, like I think 7 years later. So we played that game like in 2020, and then we created 2 saves and created 2 different teams. So we had more than 100 hours each on this game alone because we wanted to create the best team possible, and we created rules that the players cannot repeat themselves. And then we created 2 teams because we have the Chronostone team, that the ones who can do mix max and then use arms, and we have a vanilla team that is just with the base players. Oh my god, this game was so much fun that my brother saw 100% remembered it because he won against me, and I was getting so upset because every single time that I log in to play on my save, I just saw his hours like double hours of mine, and then we play against each other. It was a very tough play for me because he was winning. And I was just, of course you're winning. You have double the time. And he said, why don't you play more? And I said, because I have to study. It was so much fun. And then they announced Inazuma 11 Victory Road. And my guys, these games have everything. So let's start with Chronicle mode. And the Chronicle mode was going to be basically a way that you can play, because this game will have a story, but they will have this Chronicle mode that they're announcing they have a story too. So they have 2 stories in one game. And this Chronicle mode story is going to be basically a way for you to play against the other teams, like the previous teams, like from Inazuma 11, from Inazuma 11 Gold, and all those seasons. Because on this game, they're announcing a lot of characters. And they're crazy. This game, it was supposed to come out last year. I was super excited. I played the demo day 1, and I played like crazy. And after that, we're just waiting. We're on the void waiting for news. The game is out of the air, unfortunately, because after seeing that, I was so hyped to play it again, but they took it out. So sad, sad. And this character, the green hair guy and the bear guy, was from, I think this one too, is from the Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stone, because their story is basically traveling back time to gather the best players in the time to play against another evil corporation that are trying to, how can I say that, destroy football, making football never exist. And Chronicle mode, they have a story for Chronicle mode that is insane, because usually Chronicle mode is basically you walking on the board. They're gonna show here. So this is Chronicle mode. So usually your, if I can go back just a little bit. If you're here, you're starting this. So this is basically the first Inazuma 11. So you're coming here, you start here. Oh my god, start. And you're going against Royal Academy. So it's the first match they made. And it's such a good idea. And they're gonna make this for all seasons. And they have all text and revive legendary matches scene by scene. All of them. This is the ending of the first season of Inazuma 11. This is the first season on Inazuma 11 second season, the first match. That is a match on Inazuma 11 Go, the first one. So this one is Inazuma 11 Chrono Stone. So you're gonna have matches for all the seasons and all the games. And that's crazy. That's Team Ogre from the movie. They're time travelers as well. And that's Ares. So it's basically when they did like the reboot. They have like other things. And they have animations. They have stories, and they have ways for you to get like alternative endings. It is so nice. You're gonna see like on this trailer, that is a reason why this game's taking so long to come out. It's crazy. It's crazy. You can save 10 teams. You see, you go against like all the ones, all the different teams, making different connections, making over 5,200, over 1,500 teams. Hold on. 150 teams, 150 teams. That is crazy. Crazy. And I love it. I love it. When I was watching that for the first time, I was just like jumping around, like bothering my wife, saying, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this. When it's gonna release, I'm gonna give you my money. Shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money. Oh. So, and apparently, for my understanding, this is gonna be a new mechanic, because for the first one, for the first time travel was Chrono Zone. They basically like mix max together. What is gonna be that? Probably gonna live as a character. I mean, they announced a new thing on the other sections of this video. Probably is going to be that. So the story mode with a new chapter of Inazuma 11. And this name sucks. Destin Billows. Oh my god, hopefully I could use the Japanese names, like with the Roman characters. Because I don't want my main character to be called Destiny Billows. Well, I think that his Japanese name is like Ume something. I'm not very accurate because I'm not that detailed on stuff, because just watching that trailer. Okay, my criticism is I don't like that mini games. I played the demo. I'm suck at it. Probably if I got like higher level or got like different stuff. Oh, you see mini games. You have a ton of different mini games, but I'm not that good on doing those things. But look, mini plays, like mini games like that, I think is a fun and is a really good way to do it. But I'm not good at rock paper scissors. And you have different mini games to train your characters, to upgrade the relationship bars. You have practice modes. This game is so complete that for me, I understanding why they took so long to release it. I'm a little bummed because inside of my heart, deep inside, I was thinking they gonna release that trailer and it's gonna have release date, buy it now, play it now. Oh my dear lord! If they done that, it would be crazy. And the graphics are so nice, they're so pretty. They have so many special kicks. I don't know how they're gonna make it because they have so many characters and so many special powers. This is one thing that I really like. Let me pause here. So you have those 1, 2, 3, 7 characters. So it's 11 on a team. So these ones are your main characters. The rest of your team, the rest 5, you choose. This is so nice, but it's such a thing about how they are going to do it in the anime, because probably this is gonna release an anime, so they going to have like a canon characters. And watching those characters, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh? 4, 8, 10. You have 10 characters, so you can choose half of this. For my information, let me go back a little bit. For my information, you have strikers, midfielders, and defense, and goalkeeper. So for them, I'm probably gonna take. Yes, I'm already creating my team because I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna take. They're gonna watch one by one, so I have to choose 5, right? So. Possessive actor. Let's go. Probably I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna take her. Don't know. I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take him as my defensor. And I'm gonna take him. Okay, that's it. I choose my 5. It's gonna be the 5 last ones they choose. Because I really like their designs. They're so unique. And then I can already see them in my team. Face off against unique enemies. So this is going to be those teams. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 different teams. You see, they have like. I'm really liking Inazuma 11 because they're so creative with their designs. Because my understanding, they try to make the other teams as excited as the main team, as they are the main characters of their own series. They get cut out because Inazuma 11 is best. So, and I really, I don't like the English names. Oh, Raika Shinohara is a good name. But you say Kade Shelby? Kade o Shelby? This is a joke in Portuguese, but Alix La Fontine. I don't know. For me, I would choose, if I could, I would choose use the Japanese names because I really like the Japanese names because I think suits the characters better. It's like giving Naruto Bob or something like that. Anonymous influencer. Oh my god. And I really think that this game has the potential to be one of the best Inazuma 11 games ever. I'm gonna buy it. That is a yes for me. I'm even gonna buy it at full price. I'm not used to buy games because PSN usually gives like a lot of free games. But for me, this game I played the demo twice. I played the demo on Switch and I played the demo on the PS5. And I'm so excited for it that I could not wait. Because if this game it was released yesterday, I was going to play this game right now, not recording a video. I know that I'm gonna leave you guys hanging with videos, but come on, I want this game so bad. And they're gonna show they improve like the match system and everything. You can create different teams. Instead of just being locked in one special team, you can create more than one. You have online competitions. They're gonna have different ways to play the same game, so you can play using that view that is more like action like, but you can be the supporter, their coach, and just doing like more strategic way. And you have so much stuff to do in this game. You see, on the story mode, you have like so many different mini games, and now you have the main game that you can play different things. And you can use now. This is a new thing. You can dribble special things. You can use commander mode. This is basically you're being the coach, and you're saying, "Oh, to go offensive, oh, go back," or something like that. I cannot read Japanese, but I imagine that is something like that. You can incentivize them saying, "Go, you can go." Every hyper power up from the series. All power ups returns from fighting spirits to totems and new ones. How in earth they gonna balance it out those games? I didn't play the 3DS games, but in my Strikers series that I played with my brother, when you're doing Mix Max, all the characters they have Mix Max are so much better than every other one. For my understanding on the 3DS games, if you have fighting spirits, if you have arms, you are so much better than every other players because you need to have those two to be on meta. But since they are not using, because before all the characters, all different characters, have to use the. Let me show this bar. Where's the bar? All characters needs to use the like mana to use their special. So, but every character has their different mana. My understanding is they are probably going to have, so in this game you have tension gate, so this is your mana for the whole team except the goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper is different. But for whole team you can use a special power, so if you use like a special dribble, you consume tension, that is the tension for the whole team, so you cannot spam the special tactics. I imagine this bottom one is for arms and for, I don't know, mix max, but they did not explain. So they're saying that it's going to be here, but they didn't say how they're going to implement on there. And that's a little bit, yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. So all the powers. This time all the powers from the fight, such as fighting spirits. So I want to, let's go bit by bit. So you can use fighting spiritos. So basically you can see they have like an aura, so this is fighting spirit from Shinji, it is Maestro! And this should be the Toden. And this is armed. And this is armed. Lancelot! So, Fighting Spirit, Manifestor Fighting Spirit characters. Fighting Spirit arms. Use the Fighting Spirit as arm. This is such a good thing. That is one thing that I forgot to mention. Because, okay, Fighting Spirits, if you know JoJo, Fighting Spirits is basically stands. Fine. They did not create that, but they use a concept of stands of JoJo and put it on Inazuma 11, and I think that's really creative, because everyone can do a special kick, can jump 30 feet in the air, spinning fire, kick the fireball to the goal. Now you have like stance that is like your personality, your training, your mindset or something that can come up behind you and help you to achieve more things. Like you are a very special person. Because the idea is not everyone can. Most of the people can use special kicks, but almost no one can use fighting spirits, because because the time passed. So in the beginning, like in Zoom 11, most of the people could not use special kicks. Like every team has like the person and almost have like one or two different techniques, but now everyone has different techniques. Now some people can use fighting spirits, and then on the second season of Go, Amado, the fighting spirits that you have becomes your armor. It's so fun, and you have like the Tema one was Pegasus. So you have like this beefy guy that becomes one with you, and they become like your armed, or like Senseiya, and it's so much fun to watch and use. And the second season also did Mixomax, that is basically fusing the powers of your character and another character. I don't know how they're gonna do it, because on the 3DS games I watched some videos and they use Mix Max with any character. And okay, some Mix Max you change the appearance of the character, but the most common Mix Max, the random Mix Max that you can do, the character just change like the eye color and the hair color and their skin color. But how they're gonna do Mix Max with 5,000 characters? That's crazy. And totems. You can become a giant bird. And that's the third season of because again, if you go in again on the scales, so anyone can special kick, a few can use a fighting spirit, fewer can use armed, and only 11 can use in the case of the Earth, because the other planets have other totems, but on the Earth's case, only 11 could use the Earth totems. That's why they are called Earth 11. I don't think they're 11. I think they're 12 or something. But that's my point. Just the Inazuma Earth can use the, or Earth 11 can use the things. And this is a new thing: bond transformations. What the fuck is bond transformations? I think that is the new type of power they're gonna introduce, because it's going to be like, oh, like we see in Chronicle mode, they're saying, oh, let's go to the Endos Mamoru, blah blah blah, and I think that is gonna be the new thing. And Awakening, that I think that is from Ares, but I didn't watch Ares, so I don't know. And they're gonna explain more that you can upgrade your characters, you can up their rarity. This is another thing that I really think that is very funny. Not funny that haha, but fun on the gameplay perspective, because my understanding is you have one character, they have different branches of abilities. So you can use your Endo Mamoru, that is like the goalkeeper. I'm just touching the screen. You can use your goalkeeper to be a goalkeeper, but if you watch the anime on the second season of Inazuma 11, they become a defender. So you can make your Endo a defender, and that's so crazy to think about, that you have branching paths for different characters. And equipments, that's normal, that's have like in every single game. You have preset teams, make total sense. The only thing is you have like the first season, the second season, the third season, you just have this team that is very strange. This two is for Inazuma 11 Go. These three is for the second season of Inazuma 11 Go. Probably you're gonna have the Earth 11, and you're gonna have another team for the Galaxy, and you have those teams for the two teams for Orion, I guess. Because where is the 150 teams? How are you gonna put 150 here? I don't know. I don't know. 2 players, so split screen. Split screen. That's interesting. And tournaments, because the idea is this game, they wants to last forever, because the last game before this was Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy. That was the 3DS game. After that, they became silent. They didn't release anything. I think this game took 7 years or something. But again, they want this game to last a very long time, and they're creating tournaments, like official tournaments that you can play online. And that's crazy, because this game tends to be not balanced at all. If you have a meta, oh, you're screwed. But the idea behind it is they're trying to create seasonal players. So for you to enter this tournament, you can have your own team, like your own main team, but you need to have at least 5 characters, seasonal characters, on your team. So you're basically forcing all the players to rotate between characters, so you don't have to choose like all the best ones always. And that's a good idea to try to go against every meta of the game, because you cannot choose all 11 metas, you can only choose 6, and maybe the synergies between all of them are different and everything. So I think it's a really nice idea. Socialize. Kizuna Station. Create your avatar and interact with other players. I really don't like customizing things. I really like making my own character. That part, I love it. Creating an alter ego so I can play with my friends using my guy, and because I usually trying to create like the most overpowered main character that I could, and then make my friends fear my character. So every time that my main character enters in the game, everyone trembles because I'm the best one. I'm very egocentrical, but that's what I like to do. And they're basically saying that you can customize your own city. Probably if I spend time there, it depends a lot on how fast I can customize things, but I probably will create a mess. And then you can play using your own creative character, and I think that is very fun. Because I really like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, because you can create your character and be yourself in the game. And comfort and enjoyment for all players. Player-friendly systems. I think that is the part on the presentation. They're gonna show how many types of things that you can do on this single game. That is crazy. And Advent Calendar, new content and tournament schedule, daily login bonus, Season Pass? Ish. That's nice. They're still open for feedback. Gallery, and they had that on the demo as well. That's fine. Concept art, music, customized things. I don't know Japanese. They're gonna release for Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, 4, Steam, Xbox Series X and S. So everything's gonna receive this game. Everything. Oh, but one thing that I noticed, when they announced that this game for cell phones as well. So they dropped the cell phone. Thank God. So crossplay, that is another huge thing, because instead of separating, you can play against each other. So you have such a huge base of players, because everyone can play anywhere, and you can cross save. I cross save mine from Switch to the PS5, so I'm gonna buy this game. That is a fact. I'm gonna buy this game full price, and I'm gonna play it at launch. But I don't know if I'm gonna play if I'm gonna buy it more than one. Maybe if I convince my friend Arthur, because if everything works, my friend Arthur is gonna come here and live in Canada. Not with me, but he's gonna live in Canada. So maybe if I convince him to play Inazuma 11, probably I would buy this game for him too. Because I'm lying. I'm such a bad liar. I'm gonna buy this game twice. At least twice. Because I'm 100% going to buy this game for my brother. I'm gonna buy my brother. So the thing is, I'm a very PlayStation fan, and my brother is a very Xbox fan. So I'm gonna buy this game for PS5, and I'm gonna buy this game for Xbox Series X, because I'm gonna make my brother buy this game. That's crazy. I'm gonna play with my brother. If my friend Arthur doesn't want to play it, my brother will. And we're gonna play it, and I'm gonna have my revenge! My revenge! Oh my god, that's gonna be so nice! And that is for like the Nintendo Switch. That is one thing that I'm kinda sad. Digital only release. Why? I mean, my PS5 it is a digital only edition, but come on, just have the option. Online experience and reach by updates, ever evolving content. New era of Inazuma 11 will begin. Let's play football with everyone on the earth. I will play. If I cannot convince my friend Arthur, my brother Saul will play this game and I'm gonna play with him. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be one of... I have to send this trailer to him. Because this game is gonna release this year. It's gonna release in August 22nd. What is that, August 22nd? August 22nd is a Friday. My guys, I'm gonna play this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes! This is gonna be good. And that's it. Advanced bonus, deluxe edition. So for the deluxe edition, I don't know how much they are charging for. Let's go quickly to see how much they are charging for. So they're charging $106 for a deluxe edition. Oh, so this is the other thing is this is Canadian dollars, so 106 Canadian dollars for the deluxe edition. I'm not gonna buy the deluxe edition, sorry, but I'm going to buy the base game. I'm 100% going to buy this, 100%. But yeah, it's going to be fun because it was 93, so it was $10 basically. It was $10 for one character that is going to be on the game, but this is just like early access. One item to XP boost, don't really care. One celebration, don't really care. This football club room, this is for the first Inazuma 11. That's really nostalgic, but and Rai Noodles, I 100% don't care about Rai Noodles. Early access, they're gonna early access the game 4 days early if you buy the deluxe edition. I'm really excited for this game, but I can wait. And the deluxe edition doesn't have anything like that good, which means that this is a really good thing because they're not gonna have season pass, so they're not gonna have players locked onto the season pass. Because I hate to have a game and they release another characters. I'm not gonna keep buying characters. I'm gonna buy the game once, play it, and that's it. It was the same thing for Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4 or Dragon Ball Sparking Zero in that case. Because I'm not gonna buy the season passes and other character passes. I play the base game, I platinum the base game, I move on. Maybe in the future, if all maybe in the future, like when I say future, I see far future, that all the season characters are for like $10. Sure, I buy the other characters, play the game again, test the characters, not play it anymore. Because that means that all characters that you want is going to be on the base game. Because they're not gonna have DLC, because they didn't announce DLC. That is fantastic. And they have trailer schedules, so you can hype it up a little bit, hype it up a little bit more, hype a lot of a lot of it, and just the in the other month is going to be the other thing. And this is one thing that is really interesting because this is the post-launch roadmap. So you're gonna launch the game here. You're gonna have, because on the Chronicle mode is when you can unlock the teams that I told you guys before, is that you can relive the experience, relive the games. So for my understanding, you can relive until the Inazuma 11 Chrono Stone, and then when it's going to be September 21st, you're going to play the Galaxy route, then October 5th, Aries route, October 19th, Orion route, November 2nd, the second Orion's route. So even if I the game releases here, even if I finish all the game in platinum and everything here, I still have things to look forward for free. This game is given content for free. And after that is going to be like the tournament, like the beta tournament. And I think it's really nice. They're giving things for free. The game is going to release August 21st worldwide. GMT. Okay, fine. But come on, look the amount of things that you can do. Look this. This is such a long thing. I'm just gonna say, you're gonna have longest animation resume story by Mappa, that it was one of the best anime studios that you can have. Football, chess, minigames, football battles, practice mode, special training, special diverse focus quibs, scribbles, side quests, interchords, intelligent bookmarks, cat padding, dynamic time of days. For Chronicle modes, you're gonna have the Chronicle routes, so you're gonna have all the series that we saw, that you're gonna have all the series matches. You're gonna have player universes, history checks, over 5,000 characters from the series. You can save over 5,000 characters. That is so many characters. That is crazy. Every single person that appears on the frame of a second of an episode is going to be there. This is the definition of everybody is here. That's crazy. You're gonna have tournaments. You're gonna have split screens. You have a ton of new features. So you're gonna have a hyper power up. So you're gonna have fighting spirits, armadas, mix max, totems, bounce transformations, and awakenings. That's so many things. This game is basically, because the thing is, the DS and the 3DS games are very look-like. The Wii games, the Strikers, the games that I played, it's a very look-like. They release a phone game for Japan that is very looks like. They scratch it all and rebuild it a new game using the functions of the other games. That is amazing, and that is fantastic. And if you are not hyped after my extremely long video for this random game, I'm so sorry for you. But again, as you always know, this is my opinion, and this is my opinion on the victory road. Thank you so much. I'm so hyped for this video game. Leave in a comment if you're hyped as well, and see you on the next one. Welcome. Hello. Today, as always, we're gonna have a quick little chat. And the chat that we're gonna have is going to be about The game that you already see on the video name is going to be Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown. Let's dive right in. I'm just gonna open my trusty old friend IGN for the video and my comments about this game. Let's see the videos for it. So thank you IGN again for always. This game is super stylish. I really like the idea of going back to a 2D Prince of Persia. I didn't play much Prince of Persia when in my youth. I just play, I think, Sands of Time, and that's it. I know Prince of Persia because Prince of Persia is a very big name, but I never played it. And this game, it was a fun. It was. This game is a Metroidvania. I need to say that at first because it's a very different style from the usual Prince of Persia. So it's a Metroidvania with focus. I would say they are very like Souls-like ish because your stages are Metroidvania, but if you die, you lose all your progress and you need to go back and take your progress back. The fighting style is very exaggerated like this, and it's very important to time the parries and time the defenses. The story was okay. It was interesting because you're one of those immortals, and then some things happens, and then you have to fight against the immortals, and you go in the castle that you're going unlocking your powers like a Metroidvania, and you're just going and going and going. And this game is really hard. I mean, when I came across the last boss, I give up. So I didn't farm this game much because I was getting upset because this game is good, but I'm not very fun on Metroidvanias. But I can see the things. This game is well polished. Everything works. You need to time it your skills. You need to time your defenses. You have very rememberable characters, even though I don't remember the name of anyone. But I wasn't paying much attention because I was more focused on the gameplay aspect of it. But the idea behind it, you're going back and forth on this castle. It's a Metroidvania. The idea of a Metroidvania, I really liked it. Metroidvanias, like the concept, not playing it, but they're very stylish. They have a lot of anime scenes, like this one specifically, like the superpower. They go like pff, the eyes close blue, and you have like the little streak, and you go wah, pff, and use the power. So again, it was a fun game, but was a really hard one. When I got to the last boss, I knew that I could farm more, but I wasn't very good at this game because I'm not very good at parrying on the right time, and I'm not good in bullet hells. So this game was not for me. But if it is for you, I'm very happy to say that you have a very good Metroidvania. If you like Hollow Knights, they give me like so much Hollow Knight experience. You're gonna like that because you have everything that you need here. You have dimension swaps. You have you're frozen in time in one place, and then you walk around, and then you can teleport back. And you have parries. You have double jump. You have jumping on the walls and everything that a good Metroidvania have. You have bosses that is really challenging. That really challenges you to learn how the boss works and how can you pass through him. But for me, since I'm a weakling, I just give up on the last boss. I'm not gonna say who the last boss is, but it's a very important thing because when you discover the plot twist on the game, like 1.5 hours in, yes, they're not gonna surprise you anymore. But the last battle was very. Oh, I lie. You have another plot twist in the ending of the game, but it wasn't something that much. A thing that you think about yourself. Oh my god, I'm so surprised. No, you're just like, oh yeah, makes sense. And then in the end, the last boss was so fucking hard. I was fighting the last boss. I just get to the, because it is a last boss, so they have 3 phases. I get through like the first phase, almost dying, and when I get to the second phase, he literally obliterates me, and fuck it, I don't care. And then the game is very helpful, letting you lower the difficulty, that I literally humiliate the last boss. Because I put it so easy that I can do more damage, take less damage, the parry window was wider and everything. So it was a fun game. That is my main point. So when I was getting overwhelmed by the complexity of the systems and the parrying and the timing and everything, I just look into the options and they say, here, let me grab your hand, you're a little poor bastard that doesn't know how to do anything. Here, and just give me like a free pass. And then I played again. I played again the last boss battle, and it was such easy. And I have a blast being like super hyper overpowered and humiliating everyone. And that was my story. That's why I'm gonna give it a 7. So if you know me, this is a very high score. Me personally is a 5 because I really don't like the style of this Metroidvania. Because I played Metroidvanias before. I played Hollow Knight, I played Guacamelee, I play even like the old Metroid, or I play a couple of Castlevanias as well. But I don't feel like the things that work are there, but it's not, the story and the protagonist wasn't good enough to hook me up on those things. And then for me was just like a little wasteful. But again, this is my opinion. I'm giving a 7 because I see the quality there. I think that is the most important thing. Is if you're a fan of Metroidvania, you're gonna like it. But if you're a friend of Prince of Persia and you're used to play like the 3D platforms, I mean, the platforms are there, and the puzzles to pass the platforms are also there, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's a good Metroidvania, but it's a good Prince of Persia? I don't know. It's my opinion, but I don't have any in Prince of Persia, because I didn't play Prince of Persia. So that's why a 7. And, yeah. I know that was a quick one. Please leave a comment if you liked it, this Prince of Persia, or if you don't like it. And yeah, see you on the next one. Bye bye. So, welcome again. So this time is going to be, as you can see, another time that I sit down with you guys and just talk a little bit about life and talk a little bit about the topic of this video is expectations, or as Google likes to say,
expectation.
Yes. So why I'm talking about expectations now? Because when you're living your life, most of the time you're expecting things, and they have like a really, they have a movie like that is like expecting the unexpectable or something like that. But my whole idea is me, Kyle. I'm a person that is really expect the other ones to do the same that I do from them. I know that I shouldn't, but it's a thing that most of the time you don't realize what you're expecting. And when I do something for the person, I cannot do, most of the time, I could not do without really expecting and having hopes that the person's gonna change or the person's gonna do something for me as well. I'm gonna give you guys a few examples. Again, it's not that I want to hold the person accountable for that, but I just want to sh- receive it back. Let's say it like that, because the way, so that goes back to my love language. That is, I really appreciate uh, gestures and things that person does for me. So when I do something for people, I usually expect things. I know that I shouldn't, and I know that if I'm doing something for a person, I should do it because it is my best interest to see the other person grows. You know what I mean? But for example, for birthdays, it was my birthday a couple of months ago, and then it will be my birthday in a couple of months. So when I it's a birthday, for example, of my wife Mariana, and I shower her with presents, and I took her out, and I make her the most important person in the world. I know that I should do that because I care about her and not because I'm expecting her to do the same thing for me when it's my time. But every single time that when was my time to be the person, they receive the compliments and they receive the gifts, I usually aren't. I'm not that person. And that really frustrated me. And that really creates me the idea of expectation. Because in my head, I created a thing that I shouldn't have done it. Because when you really care for that people, you're doing for them. You're not doing to receive it back something. You're just creating that monster in your head that is going to keep hunting you, just talking to you saying, "Oh, you remember that you gave her presents, but when it was your time, she didn't give you nothing." Okay, why should I care? I give the presents on the first place because I wanted to, not because she asked me to. I give the presents because I wanted her to be happy with the things that I give it to her because she asked me for those things. Like she say to me, "Oh, um, for example, on the birthday of this year, she was complaining that our blender was trash. She was complaining that our vacuum machine was bad. She was complaining that she doesn't have like a book to read or something like that." And I just give it to her because I know that those things would make her happy. And after I did that, I was just thinking, yeah, I'm giving her all of those things, spending like my hard-earned money, and when it's going to be like my birthday or something that come up that is really special to me, she's not gonna make it for me. So why should I be the one who are sacrificing myself to give the things for the person that I like if the person that I like is not going to give me anything back? I know that is a terrible way to think of, and that's why I'm just open for you guys because this is my opinion, and I think this is a thing that I should change. It happens again with my brother. Like, we, it's been like a year that I didn't saw my brother, and then after that, when we are out, like going to the shopping mall and everything, I was just thinking, oh, I want to give something nice to him. And then I was going there, and then I just bought him the the steering wheel for the Xbox. And then I give him sell to him my tablet because he needed one. And buying one new was gonna be like super expensive for Brazilians, and then I just give it mine to him, sell it to him, and those things are that yeah, that's okay. I did it because I wanted, because he needed, because I want him to be happy. But when it comes to him giving things back, I shouldn't expect him to give things back. But when it released the new game, the new Bleach game, that it's basically a fighting game about an anime that we watch it together as a child, and we had like so much fun and so much memories. He didn't think about buying it for me, and I know that he doesn't need to do anything for me, but I really want to have like a little bit of consideration that the other people's think about me and trying to please me the same way that I try to please them. But again, I'm just trapping myself in a loop of expectations. That is why this topic is so important to analyze. Because when you're expecting something, you're creating an idea of a future, an idea of a retribution that you really don't need to. Because you're basically going against your first instinct, and the first thing to come up to your mind. You're just doing something not for the goodness of your heart, or not because you want the other person to be happy, but you're doing something for them to do something for you, so it's be reciprocal. But they don't need to do that. And when I keep looking to my feelings and keep seeing the things that I was doing for other people and then expecting something back, I just need to sit down and relax and think about myself and thinking why I'm really doing this. I'm doing this because it's important to me, or I'm doing this because I want to be perceived in another way. I'm doing that because I really want to, or I'm doing that because I just want to be remembered. And that's going back to the idea of not being forgotten. That's why when I give things to people, I usually try to give them red colors, because red is my favorite color. And when I give them red, I want them to, when they're using that thing, I want them to think about me. I know that is a very selfish way to try to engage with people, but deep down, I think that if I'm not doing those things, they're going to forget about me, because they don't have anything that remember that make them remember me and who I was, and the moment that we shared together, and the experiences and everything. Even though even though I know that is a lie, that is a fear that I feel every single time that I give something to someone. I'm always trying to be a pleaser, to make people happy, to make people laugh, so they think higher of me, or thinking that I'm a good person. trying to forget about the problems that I have and the problems that I face and all the things that is in my head that keeps banging and keep makes me lose myself. But in the end, this is all the false expectations that we have against each other. That is only the false expectation that we have against each other. That is not we have. That is that I have. I'm just trying to see myself for a thing that I'm not really am. I'm just trying to portray an image of a saint like person, or an idea that I'm better than the others because I'm so kind and so grateful and so open handed that the other people is gonna think higher of me. That I really don't need and don't understand why I do that. Should I stop of doing those kind of stuff because it's not what I really wanted to do? But that doesn't make sense because I wanted to. I wanted to give presents to my wife. I wanted to give presents to my brother, and I shouldn't expect something back. But when they do something for themselves instead of just thinking about me and giving back the things that I shown, the appreciation that I show for them, they just makes me upset and makes me want to take it back, all the things that I did, and all the money and time that I spent. But in the end, I should have done that. That's probably why that upsets me so much. Why I think about that way. Why I couldn't just be more free with my choices and just be more kind and be more appreciated. They already did so much for me. They already do so much things for me that I could not even realize that I need to understand and just being more grateful for all the things that I receive and all the things they give it to me, not in a physical way but in an emotional way. Being my confidant, being my brother, being with me, sharing moments, spending time together that is never going to be back. But in the end, I was just so focused on the things that I was sent getting back that I just forgot about the things that I have. And that is the thing about the expectation. You're just looking forward instead of facing the reality and facing the now. Because going back to the thing of giving presents to my wife, this is not the first time that happens. And then I said, oh, why don't you give me things? And that is a very selfish way to put myself out there. And it's a very selfish way to see myself and portray myself. Because I'm not trying to get anything out of it. I'm just trying to be remembered. And just trying to be like receiving something that she remember of me. But in the end, I'm just being selfish, and I'm just being a bad guy because I shouldn't give anything expecting anything back because it's not a very good thing to do. So that's why I think I'm just open up my feelings and trying to show my situation so you can try to avoid it as well. Trying to use my mistakes and use my insecurities to be a better person and to make the right choices. Not just to uphold the higher ground, but trying to see that you're not in the higher ground to begin with. Because even though you're doing something for the persons that you like, you're doing because you wanted to. You're not doing because you have to. I think this is the most different thing that you can say. You're just doing because you want to. They didn't ask. They're happy because you did, but they don't flat out force you to do it. And this is the way that I choose to face this problem now. Is I'm not forced to give things to the other persons. I don't have the obligation to satisfy the other person, but I have the obligation to satisfy myself. What I mean is, I have to do the things that I want to do and not expecting the things that the person doesn't need to do back to me. If I want to give a thing for anyone, I shouldn't expect that anyone to give anything back to me. I just need to give, to be proud of myself that I did, not because they want me to do. I just need to do it because it's important to me, to that other person, to be happy. And the other person thinks that she's not alone, and I'm here to be with her, and I'm here to help her if she needs. And I think that this is the best way that we can face the problems of expectations. Having expectations is a very important thing, because it's basically you're planning to your future. But you need to remember that just because you plan something doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Just because you're thinking about other person and how the other person's gonna feel doesn't mean that the other person's gonna think how you gonna feel, or if she needs to give something back to you, because they don't have that obligation either. You just give them one thing because you wanted to. I think it's similar to the paying forward thing. They say, oh, I'm doing this thing and I'm paying forward. I'm paying for the person behind me. The person behind you doesn't need to pay for the person behind them, because that's not how a life works. You need to do things, good things, because you wanted to feel good about yourself, because you're doing the right thing. You're not doing good things so good things happen to you. It's not a one-to-one. You're doing the good things because it's right, because it's one thing that is important to you, because it is the thing that you want to do in the first place. So you already are receiving the gratification of your deeds in the moment that you fulfill it, because you're already disposing yourself to help, disposing yourself to give. You don't need to receive, because you're already receiving the satisfaction of helping the other. And I really think that this is it. Sometimes I use those videos to talk to you guys, to basically try to put all the cloudy things that I have in my head like in a straight line, to see more clearly what I need to do and what I need to think and what I'm thinking about that problem. Because having a lot of expectation and expectations that the other person doesn't need to fulfill is very dangerous, because you're start to become angry and start to hating and start to stopping doing the things that you're doing, because you're not being retributed, because you're not getting anything back, but you're already receiving back, like I said before. And this is the moment of total clarification for me, so thank you so much. And this is my opinion, and don't expect anything. I create this channel just to be open with myself. I truly am who I think I'm in this video. I'm not expecting anything out of this channel. I'm not expecting to be a YouTuber. I'm not expecting to have thousands of followers. I'm not expecting to change the lives of the person that is watching me. I'm not expecting to influence anyone. But if it happens, it's good. But if I don't, the idea of recording my ideas and the way that I'm doing, just having fun, just talking to the camera and open my heart and open my thoughts and sharing the things that I like is my prize, is my gratification, is my end goal. I'm not doing this for money, I'm not doing this for fame. I'm just doing to be happy and share my happiness and share my flaws and share the things that I like with you. And not only with you, but with me in the future. With my wife, with my son and daughter in the future, if I will have one, with my cousins and my brothers and my brother's son and everyone, just to be remembered, just to have like this little diary that I can reference to, and to use this me as a reference to my future self, to show and remember, yeah, I was a fun person, or I was pretty stupid, and see how times affect ourselves. So again, thank you so much. This is my opinion, and see you on the next.